Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Necropolis League 3.24. In this episode, I'm going to be going over a build update for how I got way tankier. So we got 89 max Ele reses, 48k armor. So we made a big build change where we went way tankier, dropped the golems mostly, and changed the jewels, and I gotta show you all this. So to start it off, it's the main zombie link, zombie slamming, minion speed, awaken minion damage and power, awaken multi-strike, withering touch, awaken melee fizz damage. The minion speed is just because I have this link color and I can't change the socket color. Could also run like awaken void manip. There's a bunch of options. Okay, so that the first thing to start off is I was messing around with the golems, and it was taking all those extra sockets in my jewels, like the forbidden jewels, the primordial jewels. And then I replaced it with poison jewels, and I honestly didn't really want poison because we hit the map mod where they avoid poison, so you just lose a bunch of damage that you invested in, which feels terrible. And then this leech doesn't leech dot. Well, leech in general doesn't work on dots, so it kind of like is counterintuitive, and also crit. Like I actually have crit, multi crit chance. It's like 100 crit multi, and then it doesn't work with poison, so it doesn't make sense. And then the crit actually works with the leech where the poison doesn't. So we're not really a poison build, we're not really a dot build, we're more of a hit build and crit and leech. Okay, so then the jewels. I had like a ton of jewel sockets, and so the main first thought was I wanted to get melding, and I wanted to run purity of fire because we were thinking about the more end game content, and we're talking about like tormented spirits and detonate dead and blight ravage and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, I would really like purity of fire for me and my minions. And then when you run Purity of Fire, you should probably run Melding, so that, because they made the flask change, where now the ruby is 5 max fire instead of less fire. So now it's really, really easy to get the max res for Melding. So did that -4 and then the -73. So I'm still able to get all the elemental resistance. I'll show you how I did that. But ruby flask, then you don't need the topaz. And I only run the sapphire because of the 15 fizz from hits taken as cold. I can upgrade to like a progenesis, but it costs more, so I'm just using a taste of fate for now, and it's what I was using before I swapped. It still works, except for the obviously max cold res. It still gives you cold resistance though. So then this flask, I got shock immune, avoid shock 52 plus, and then I put in a storm shroud because I needed the extra flask mod. So I got full elemental ailment immune through storm shroud this. I don't need the freeze on the boot anymore or the chill, so technically that chill is useless, and I could get like some extra move speed. Or technically onslaught, but I wouldn't be able to gain benefit from the onslaught because we don't kill, because we don't have dots. So yeah, avoid shock, storm shroud, full elemental ailment immune. Was able to craft different on the boot, and then I did stun immune through the flask again. So I did a granite avoid stun instead of the jewels poison avoid stun thing that I had. So full stun immune through the flask. And then I did regen, and I still did a silver flask, so we have the move speed. And I did a quicksilver with the armor, and then regen is from the Cinder Swallow flask unveil from June. So yeah, that's how melding and storm shroud, and then I'll explain the reses. So melding of the flesh -73. So we lost the topaz, which was a lot of lightning. So lightning was our main issue. So what I did is we have lightning. Well, this one had chaos T1 res and then like crafted res. I did like chaos res plus lightning res or something. And so instead I just got a triple suffix glove with more res, and then crafted minion damage after. And I have same boot, same helm, so there's still more resistance you could get on the helmet. And the ring doesn't have any. But what I did is I crafted a new large cluster jewel. So I had the fractured 10 life, and then I was going for attack speed and the effect. So I was just using speed crafts in Harvest, speed reforge, and hitting that speed and then crafting more when I was getting stuff that was similar, like the 25 effect, 1 attack speed, stuff like that. And we actually hit 3 LE res, which is disgusting because each one of these now gives 4 LE res. You can see how many I took, so it's a lot of elemental resistance. And then over here, I ended up getting basically the same thing, but with the attack speed fractured, so you could use life reforges in Harvest, which I actually think is harder because there's more tiers of the life, but it's actually not that bad. It's still really easy. The only other issue is that when you hit the life, you have to divine it after, if you don't hit 10. So it costs a little bit extra. And this is only an 8, so I actually bought this because, yeah. And it's only an 8 because I didn't want to spend all the points, but this was extra lightning res, which helped me out while I was figuring out the gear, and it was actually affordable, like it wasn't too bad, and it was already crafted, and the reason is because it was an 8 and not a 12, so people didn't want it, but it was good for me, and it was actually fire res, I think, and I swapped it to lightning using the Harvest reforge resistance. So then, that's all the resistances. So what I got them to was 144, and so we're doing blue altars still. So you could delete like 59 cold, 59 lightning, you'd still have extra. Then we also have the sapphire, so you have extra. And then technically I could take like a point and put it back into the lightning just for when I delete lightning res. And with the sapphire, yeah, it works. So you can see that I have room there. And then that's with this Rule Natel's Vow, which had pretty high fire res. So actually, I could have had less fire from this and had the extra cold or lightning or chaos. And actually, I had to show this one. Oh, I also, I forgot to show this. So I had to put Purity of Fire in, and I had to do the reservation, and one of the options was to take these two plus a reservation node, 12% mastery, but it's not enough. Like, you still need a little bit more, so instead, what I did is I crafted small cluster jewels, item level 84, mana reservation, and so cold res fractured on this one, and this one was chaos res fractured T1. Pretty much you could have any of these fractured, like the life, whatever, but it was cheaper to buy these, so I did it. And you could also just fracture them yourself and have like 2 mods and then fracture, like craft them, have it decent and then fracture it, so you actually have a higher chance of hitting. Anyways, so with this I just reforged life until I hit the life and increase effect, and then I hit extra regen because I was reforging life. And same thing here. I actually slammed the T1 life though on this one. It was insane. And so you can see this one had the chaos res. So this one has 10 chaos res per point. And this one has 14 cold res per point. And there's also 8 reservation per point. So you can see that this is better than this, other than it taking a jewel socket. So it's quite a lot of life, quite a lot of resistance, quite a lot of regen, quite a lot of reservation. So I didn't need these two, and I still have 92, and I don't need Eldritch Battery. And to fit the gems in my build, I took out the War Cry. So we don't have Enduring Cry, Call to Arms anymore, and we just still run the cast when damage taken Immortal Call, so you have to have enough for the 65 mana for this, and like the 24 for your Flame Dash. So we have enough. Because if you take a hit and you want to also dash to dodge something else, then you need to be able to. Or like, yeah, if you get hit, then you can't flame dash if you didn't have enough mana. Or if you dash, then your Immortal Call won't go off because you didn't have the mana to use it. So gotta make sure you have enough. Yeah. Oh, then, so Purity of Fire, the melding. I also got the 2 max fire res on the boot. So this is exquisite. So it's when you have the lower one and you raise it up with the Orb of Conflict to tier 5. So it went from lesser to greater to grand to exceptional to exquisite, and that was with the Orb of Conflicts. I'm gonna trade him. Big trade. You're this far in, dude. It's fine. There's so much I go over anyways. True. So then, like I said, main things was getting the 89 max LE res. The other one was actually making better use out of my jewels. Of course he would do that. 165. Oh. Yes, sir. Yes. Okay, so then, it's a lot of jewel stuff. So had the better, I had the Storm Shroud, had the Melding, had the better large cluster, the two small clusters to do my reservation. And like I say, I still had extra, which was really nice. They're really nice jewels. And then that took up two of my sockets. My last one, I did a life damage accuracy with Corrupted Blood. So throughout all this, to get a Corrupted Blood Storm of the Shroud, Storm Shroud was expensive. To get a Corrupted Blood melding with these like -4 and stuff is expensive because it's 3 times rarer than just having a normal melding with -6. So pretty tough. And then to find a triple mod jewel with Corrupted Blood for like 1 div or something, I was like, what the hell? And I was buying those 3 mods with an open mod for like 1 div, and then I slammed burning damage. So for it to just have Corrupted Blood like that, I was like, all right, nice. I got Corrupted Blood immune, and then I technically could still do I can gamble a Tainted Exalted Orb, which would unpredictably add or remove a modifier on a corrupted rare item, so I could actually get an extra mod on it, or remove one and make it worse and ruin my So I'd probably want another Corrupted Blood Jewel as a backup, like maybe one of the main ones, Storm Shroud or Melding, or even a Watcher's Eye. But yeah, I really like these changes though, because then like now through all this, full elemental element immune actually now. I freed up the boot mod, so I was able to craft mana and regen, where honestly then I could have a different mod completely. I could also have a different avoid thing completely. The mana was useful though, I needed it. It was actually relevant. I had mana here too. And then I wanted to say, oh yeah, the stun avoid, and then actually I gained a granite flask. So my old was topaz, and so it was just lightning res, basically, now that I have the max. And so instead of 84 max, I have 89 max. It's way better, and it's across all, where I only had 80 cold, and so I can stand in the cold shit better, like bitter, and fizz shit doesn't hurt me as much, so I can run more deli and simulacrum and things that do a lot of fizz. Kosis, where you at, bro? We still have that problem of we do chaos and they have high chaos res, and also the damage doesn't bypass their energy shield even though we're chaos, which really is unfortunate. And there's no reflect in simulacrum anyway, so what the hell is the benefit of chaos in simulacrum? True, maybe you actually spec out of chaos for simu, and just and just run the fizz version. And then I found something else. My fizz version is only attack overwhelm, so it doesn't work on my Animate Guardian's explosion. I noticed that. But those are all the build updates. Absolutely massive. Huge. Huge flash changes, jewel changes, big fucking power upgrade. I hope you guys are enjoying the journey, the process. Hope you guys are enjoying the content. Hope you understood everything I said. Hope you enjoyed, and have a great day, everyone. I'll see you guys in today's stream. Bye!